bar before rap. You already know that. So fresh Prince, they are about to bring the show back. Listening to Kilo, we can cost a kilo. Hair so long, I'm about to bring the flow back.
Hello, sir.
Away Owens.
What's up, brother?
How's it, brother?
How's it, bro?
Good, man. Brazil just scored.
Yeah,
Well done, lekker.
Yeah.
Man, I wanted
2-1. Fuck, I wanted Japan to actually make it, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I also want Japan play so Japan
They
play really well.
football now. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you know what? Those men are so organized in their lives, right? It's about time that they would actually come to this game and actually start dominating in football as it is.
Bro, it's
But
time
anyway.
we get rid of this brekerigheid in football.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
brekerige mense must start losing and then we will go back to humility.
Maybe, but they give us no fucking time a day, brother. They give us no, especially the African countries. They give us no time a day. They
blow against us, yeah.
They will never put us up there. They don't want us up there, man. They don't want Africa
It's
to unite.
rigged, bro. I
Yeah.
think it's time for a new World Cup. You know?
yesterday, man.
Anyway, I'm gonna first introduce myself. What's up, my bro? How you doing? Toothless Coon. This is Nevin.
Away.
What a pleasure.
Hello, Nevin. Hello, Klein. No?
There
And
you
Hein.
go.
Yeah, for me, I'm just
Hein,
Hein.
how's it?
Just Hein. Just call me Hein.
Hein
Hi.
and Sage.
Sage is AI, brother.
Oh, hello,
We-
Sage.
I told her to switch him off. Is she there?
She doesn't answer.
Now we switched her off because she's Becca.
Rude.
Oh, is
The
it?
code has feelings, allegedly.
The code has feeling.
So, what a pleasure to have you here, man.
Thank you for having me. Where are you guys based? Where are you guys now? Sorry.
I'm in Luxembourg.
Oh,
Yeah, Luxembourg. That's between. I'm sure you know. Between
yeah,
Belgium.
yeah, close.
Close, yeah. And Klein is in SA and Heinz in Bahrain.
Oh,
Yeah. I used to have a mochi in the Netherlands. You're the Netherlands, right?
yes.
In
I'm
a
Utrecht.
small town called Gorkum. You know where's Gorkum?
Horngem.
Yes. Maybe
Horngem.
I'm butchering the name, yeah. Kak mooi, kak small town though. When I say mooi, I'm talking about the kind. The town is
I know that's kinders, bro. We come here to take their work only, not their kinders.
talking about that, my man. That journey of yours. When did you end up there, and when did you go to the Netherlands?
To the Netherlands.
Yeah.
In 2012.
Okay, nice.
I've
And
been here since 2012, yeah.
hectic. Nice. That's a long time.
Yeah,
that's
you
quite
wanna
a
know
bit
what
of time,
happened?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, let's shape
I in around 2010 or 2009 or something around there, I started a band with like my best friend and a couple of other people, and we started like playing at Purple Turtle in Long Street. That was the
Yeah.
first place, but then we started getting like kind of underground following, you know, like I'm heavy into skateboarding and stuff. And so there was a lot of like the skaters and that type of like underground punk kind of people. We didn't really make money. We got a few shows probably where we got paid, but then I met this bruv from the Netherlands, DJ DNA. He's part of the Urban Dance Squad. It's like the highest grossing band, Dutch band of like all times. Anyway, he was washed up. It wasn't like he was like a famous bruv when I met him. I met him in Cape Town, and then he asked me if I want to come to the Netherlands. And then I came here and did like a show with them. And the next day I came back, and then I toured with Jack Parrow also to Belgium, and around here in the Netherlands I was like his opening act. And then I got like a record label deal from Virgin Records. And so you know how all the TikTokers make a rap? I first rapped and then became a TikToker, but
Okay, nice, man. I didn't know that about you. That's
yeah, no, I don't like talking about that. I don't like being seen as a rapper.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, man. And what instrument did you play, man?
My voice, of course.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
lead
But
singer.
I
He
do.
didn't sing, my bro. He rapped. Let's. But actually,
No, no,
Okay, so it was like a punk rap.
No, I
vibe.
sing. I sing.
You
also.
sing?
I sing.
because I heard you say we are the champions, and I saw something there.
No, I sing. If you scroll on my TikTok, you'll see a lot of videos of me singing. Actually,
I heard you sing that we are the champions. You making cut of SA. And I go,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
maybe the man's got a voice there. hidden away.
But Toothless, how would you like to be called? Can I call you Wesley?
You can call me Wesley, but my name is Toothless.
Toothless. Okay.
Like,
Perfect.
in,
So you got
and
some
it's
liquor
not like
gigs at Mercury?
huh?
Mercury Lounge. Did you perform there as well?
I performed there before, yeah, a long time ago actually. They had like an open mic thing, but we performed there. And then yeah, I've told Jack Sparrow, but in 2020 happened. So in 2020, I transitioned over to logistics. And then I started working logistics and studying some things in logistics. And now like I have like a operations manager kind of certification.
Okay,
Ah,
And I
nice,
work
man.
as a
Nice to see the brothers are growing.
yeah,
And where did you? Well, you know where I'm from. I'm from. You know where Kraaifontein is.
yes.
I'm from Kraibak, meneer.
Oh
Back
yeah.
in the day. So you know, when people see us on social media or whatever the case may be, they make that assumption. I think it's just hot, not. He's also on TikTok.
The brow of the bat.
Okay, I like his originality, but he's got focal breaks, meneer. That man's got focal breaks.
Breaks.
Breaks, yeah. You know, his bek is glad, meneer. He just gooi. Push here, clap there. But I get him. And he does actually make a point, but that's a topic for another conversation. So I come from Kraaifontein, and
It's a smart
most,
bra actually.
yeah, Kaklever. And grew up, went to school over there, and then built myself up. I'm actually a chef by trade.
Oh.
So
lekker.
I traveled the world because of that. I think the main thing was just getting out of SA. You know, it was always a thing, and we wanted to jag this Michelin star. You know, this whole
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, I know it is.
After 20 years, I realized it's kak, man. Cooking good food, that's what it's all about, you know? The people that you surrounded by, a lovely environment, and the family that you build. So when they see all of these things, they always assume that we are privileged, but we are not privileged. We built ourselves to where we are, you know? And when I saw your page, I could see that similar thing, man. And I needed to know who's this guy.
I hear you.
I must speak to this guy. And I love your niche. I love the way you communicate with the people. I think you touch a lot of hoe sê hulle maar dit druk lekker knoppies man hier. Dit
I
druk
mean,
lekker knoppies.
yeah, it's I think it depends on the observer, you know.
Yeah.
And how the observer receives the message. But my intention is not to druk on people's knoppies. It's more for me to make a kind of like a video diary for myself that I can go back to about like these random thoughts and stuff I have, like perspectives. Because I can today tell you that I like something, but tomorrow then I don't like it. And for me, that's fine. For me, I don't have to stay steadfast in beliefs about stupid things, you know.
Yeah,
I just
love
have to
that.
be steadfast to like who I am, and like that's like constantly questioning myself and the world around me.
Nah, I like that. I like that. That's the idea of time and taxes as well. Klein mentioned it
Why?
before. Is Kegi, what do we leave for our kids, man? You know, in any respect, how do you tell the story? Because I've got kids, and all of us here have kids, and clearly you don't because we saw TikTok.
Yeah, I don't
And
believe in like
what footprint do we leave for our kids? And I think this is a lekker way of doing it, man. You know, if one day anything happens to me, they'll be like, go to YouTube, there you'll get to know the people your dad hung out with. That's your dad. Now you can jump into his mind. You can see what type of character he is. And that is more what we do than try to build, right? We work hard. We don't need to go out like, well, in your defense, you a major, you know, you big. We don't do it for that. We do it for the pure pleasure of it, you know. And with that, doing something that we really enjoy. If it grows, it grows. You know what I mean? And thanks again, once again, for joining. I mean, this could be the pinnacle start of something, you know, for
Thank
the
you for
next
having
person
me.
to come. What a pleasure.
Okay.
Hein Klein? Anything
Yeah,
you
no,
want?
I think it's cool, man, that you find a way to share the uncomfortable truths and make it humor. I think that too much people out there are sensitive about what's going on. And they take offense and they take things so personal. But if they understand that you're also trying to just put a spin on things and trying to bring humor to a cruel world out there that we already live in, then I think that that's cool, man. Keep going. You got our support.
Thank you, bro.
And I must say, what's that first video of yours? Check here, my bro. Come say hello here. He's a
Which
skater
first
van you.
one?
Wait. This is a skater from New. This is a skater from New Zealand. Tell us, what's your name? My name's Naya.
Oh, you seen that?
Yes,
Yeah,
brother.
no, we went to go dig up some
That
stuff
was
about
quite
you.
funny. I forgot about that. Like,
That's kind of funny. Yeah.
that's my first video.
That's it. That's
Shit,
the one.
bro, I went to Amsterdam and I met that Brian. His name was Naya.
Exactly. Now
How-
he
how-
won't understand.
Yo,
He
bro,
won't
that
understand.
you actually reminded me about something now.
Mooi.
He was sitting there and he was on shrooms. So he was like,
Yeah.
he came to the Netherlands for a couple of days, and me and my friend, actually South African friend from PE, yeah, from PE, yes. We were skating to the skate park in Amsterdam, and then this guy tripping on mushrooms saw skaters. So I don't know if you guys done mushrooms before, but it's like sometimes you can get really scared, about your surroundings, or maybe just overwhelmed. You need someone to like latch onto, or something that you like doing. So he asked us, do you mind if I tag along with you guys for the day? We said, man, no problem. Where you from? I first thought he was South African. And then he said his name was Naya. But the video was later, like when I was like, bro, I have to make a video of
Exactly.
that.
Now you have to.
I have to get you telling people that your name is Naya. Like,
You can't let the opportunity pass you by, man. That was fucking golden. Golden entrance.
and it's spelled N-I and then like hyphen A-H. Naya. Naya.
Nah.
Cuck boy.
Oh,
Cuck
yeah.
boy.
That was the
Um,
bro's name, yeah, yo.
And tell me, when you were
Naya.
skating, you weren't one of those skaters that went down Kloof, huh?
To win
You
where?
you were a road skater, right? A park skater.
Street skater, yeah.
Sorry, street skater. Yeah. What's that man's called? They go on that fucking longboard down Kloof. You know what?
Maunayas.
They have that fucking they have that protective thing, man.
Now I'm friend, there were the pucks. With the pucks.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have-
that guy that broke the speed barrier or something.
The guy that set the cameras, the speed trap off, no?
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
talking about
That's,
that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I know those guys actually. I know the guy who set the speed trap off, but that's like really insane stuff that they're doing, and it's more for speed, like they're more
yeah.
chasing speed.
Adrenaline junking.
And what
Yeah.
we do is like also it's kind of adrenaline, because when you're jumping down 10 stairs, it's not a joke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then it's more what we observe is like the technicality versus more the technicality, and then a bit of difficulty, like danger kind of thing is also a mix of both, but it's way more technical. I can say that. So like
the-
street skateboarders and longboarders actually like what I do. The people always tell you that the longboarder is not a skateboarder because they're not really
Okay.
doing anything technical.
I agree.
Okay,
I
I think
agree.
I agree with you, bro.
Yeah.
I used to skate.
But respect to
Yeah, I
everyone.
miss it.
I remember your days, brother. You used to skate.
I used to, and by the way, I saw some of your skating videos. Yeah, it's smooth, man. Smooth.
Yeah, I've been
I saw
skating
the
for a
one where
while.
you did like a front side flip. Nice.
You saw
No,
one
no,
of my
what was
front
it?
side flips.
Yeah, it was nice, man.
Thank you,
Clean.
bro.
Yeah, I used to like ollie over the dirt bins, but not these new big dirt bins. Those small ones. You remember those
The
ones
round
with the
ones.
metal handles?
Without
Yeah,
the,
that one.
yeah. Okay, and where
Yeah,
did you grow up?
in Kravenstein as well.
Oh,
Was
all of you
Leeuwen.
saw on Kravenstein.
No. He's from.
Not all of us.
There's a little backstory. I didn't even tell you this. Ein's mom and my mom grew up as lighties.
Okay.
My sister was born 18 days before Hein.
Okay.
I was born 2 years later, right? We grew up. Now, when I'm saying from that fucking height, all the fucking way, and now I'm pushing 38. Hein's he's 2 years older, and our parents play together. So it's a fucking double generation, man. We come back from long time. We grew up together. We learn everything together. Klein, I met in primary school.
Oh.
From that time, we've been together. So it's really how do you say it? A tight knit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
As brotherhood, man. You know what I mean?
A tight knit global network, yeah.
Exactly.
That's
And we
very
had-
quiet, bro.
Yeah, bro. We got some other friends. They're all over. They in London as well that we grew up with, and we have a bra that's in The Hague. The
Oh,
Hague.
Den Haag.
Den Haag.
To maintain a relationship for that long takes a lot of forgiveness, bro.
Yeah. Nice
Because
way of
like
saying it.
we in a culture now where people they focus a lot on this thing called toxicity. But when we were growing up, we never used that term. I never went to school when I was in primary school and said, Mommy, this boy was toxic today.
Yeah.
This girl was toxic.
I
Also,
hear
was
you,
like,
man, bro.
we
I
should
hear
say,
you.
Yeah,
nah, they
yeah.
toxic. Why don't you skip to that, bro, anymore? Nah, toxic behavior, red flags.
Now,
But
these
like,
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
they aren't problem solvers, man. You can see people that stick together for years. It will tell you what type of character they have and that they are, without a doubt, problem solvers. Because if you can go through cuck and forgive and forget, then that means you can build as well. And these men said they don't have any stamina. I always say it's stamina. It's focused stamina.
Yeah,
Because for
yeah,
you
like
to
Levan always says.
outlast the good times and the bad times, you must be able to have that understanding that your way is maybe not the only way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
For sure, yeah. And then of course, like we fuck up, as friends, we always gonna fuck up. Like we're
Yep.
always gonna disappoint each other. Or I know a friend, like I have my best friend Daryl Edson. Like we were both born at MOU, which is like, you know what MOU is? It's the maternity ward in Mitchell's Plain. Like we
Okay.
were both
Okay.
born there, also 12 days apart, 13 days apart. He's born on the 19th of July and me on the 6th. And we remain friends for a long time now. Sometimes no, it's not about the things I do to him, but the things I do. So I piss him off more than he pisses me off. Like during the 2010 World Cup, he punched me in the face like twice and I deserved it because I was misbehaving. But at that
Yep.
same moment, I have to then forgive him.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
also say, man,
Mm.
fuck you. What kind of bra are you to come move me in the back?
Yeah.
But he's actually my best bra because your best bra will move you in the back when you're doing the wrong thing.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. Now that's
So
more. There's only one rule that I think. Sorry to interrupt you. Is okay. There's a catch-22 to this, but I'll say it anyway. You never ties your bras, Motsi. That was the only rule.
Yeah,
We always
yeah,
had.
yeah.
but Nevin, that's because of your ego that you're saying that.
Maybe,
Just think
but the
about
thing
it.
is, there's two.
Because just listen to me, no?
Yeah, I'm
Just
listening.
listen. Sorry, I'm sorry for breaking you now,
Yeah,
man.
go for it. Go for it.
Say I'm by mekaar with a kinderen for 5 years. No?
Yeah.
Now we break up, but we with a mutual agreement, we say, listen, this relationship is not working. No one cheated on each other. There was nothing like no infidelity or anything
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Now I still have a 5-year connection with this person, physical, emotional connection. No? And now I tell all my broers, my brothers, like you have Klein and Heinrich, no? That your brothers from young. And you also love this kid. That's why you stayed with her for 5 years.
Yeah.
So that means you actually care about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So someone you care about, would you just send them into the world that they can go find some unknown person? Or would you rather say, you know what? Klein is a good guy. If you smack him, and now there's a lot of this happening where your girlfriend comes to you and says, we're breaking up, not because it was infidelity, but because I am actually in love with Klein.
Yeah.
Now you and Klein stop being friends. But
Yeah.
Klein, in your mind, if you've been with Klein for 25 years, then he should be the perfect person for her to be with.
But there I agree with you. But we're talking about the infidelity. We're talking about while we're dating, man. You understand?
Yeah.
That was the one rule. You
Okay,
don't
you're
go
talking
crap.
about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But this is the twist to that. This is where I wanted to get to. If by any chance, say, I ain't got it right to chase that cunt, right? We would know that she's a cuck cunt.
We would
Because-
say that she's a cuckin.
Yes, because if she's dating me and behind my back, I ain't can chase her. Nah, that thing is with focal stamina, man. That thing was not loyal. That's
Like,
not
listen,
loyal.
I get you, Toothless. I get you 100%. But most of the time, these things are done sneaky.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, for sure.
if there was a guy came to me and he said, listen, but I smacked that gun that you were with, man. Then I will shake his hand. Then I'll tell him, nah, brother, look
Mooi.
out for this, that, and the other. And then you go on, brother. I'm happy for you. But these people are doing these things, sneaky business. You understand? And they do it behind your back. And then when you interact with these people, then they make it so awkward for you to be around them.
Nah,
know
but
what I
that's
mean?
not your Brahman. That's a different.
Exactly.
Someone going behind your
exactly.
back can go behind your back anyway. Like even if you start a business, no, and your partner is just that the business partner is cheating, is he a good business partner? You know what I mean? Because if he's gonna cheat on his fucking emotional partner, then what does he think of you? Who's
Exactly.
only a financial
Total of you.
partner?
Exactly.
So that means what I'm saying also, if there was cheating involved, then you can't. Then I don't recommend you guys. Friends.
that's
You can
why-
still forgive each other.
Yeah.
I mean, you
That's
can still forgive them,
important.
bruh.
That's important. Forgiveness, being
And I
able.
remember also, I'm speaking in a vacuum situation, you know, like in a space where I have perfect emotions and my ego, I can keep it perfectly at bay, and I have no insecurities, and I have, you know, then I can say that I will never care if my best brother Daryl dates my current kin. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, but
that's not true. We all gonna always find a pain for that because we human.
yeah,
You
but
gonna
men.
you gonna say, nah, bro, I don't care. That's my bro. That you cannot date my kin, no problem. You gonna find a pain.
You're gonna feel it. Yeah, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, man, people they're not happy living in their skin. That's another fucking story.
That is the
They
big fuck up of the planet, bro.
they're not happy with living in their skin. They always searching for their happiness elsewhere, man. Yeah, Kiki, but that's another skill to understand how to be happy with you. Once you honest and happy with the character when you look into the mirror, come I tell you straight, once you make peace with that man, then you can give love and time to anybody and you'll mean it honestly, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm.
That's it. Because, Kiki, let's go back to that man, Hot Knot, right? People will say, he says this, he's vulgar, he's that, he's that, he's this. Now, men so will take their time to comment and base that man. Sorry that I use this as an example, but this is my take on it. They will take their time to type a message and base that man. Kykie, jy's kak om beskof. Hoe kan jy so praat? And then you respond, Kykie, your poes. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I don't see that Tani going to Kim Kardashian's page and writing her email to face. Hoekom maak jy naughty goedes op die internet en vir Paris Hilton en sê vir die mense, hoekom Zuma het jy so gemaak en so gemaak? But this man, that the only thing you can call South African, that we understand, that we build, that you know, you can say, that's a touch of home. You want to break this man off because of his method. So hoekom kyk jy like kak? But you won't tell your lady, don't go on Pornhub or don't do this. But yeah, the one thing that you can say is proudly South African, you want to say, nah, hou op. You understand? There's a catch-22. And that's why I know his response is, Kiki, oh, you back, your push, do better. Right?
Look at that man's wearing a promenade t-shirt. Gevaarlijk.
Yeah,
Promenade.
Straight out to the plane, night, straight to the
Fuck,
plane.
bro.
Night.
I used to
Nah,
go with my cousin. from
even
the
I hear
East
you know. So I had a situation where I don't know why I was swearing, man. I was swearing about something on the internet, and then the problem arose when my nephew is 20, he's not turning 20 now next month, and he called me because he had to start the car, he had to start my car, so we were calling, and he said, "Listen, by the way, Ma, who is my mother, he lives
Yeah.
with my mother, so he said, Ma said, she heard something and now she feels like she must hide. She says she feels like she must hide because someone came to Ma to say you were swearing on the internet, so she feels embarrassed.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, me and my nephew, we close, like really, really close. We grew up like in the same room, and then I said the exact same thing that you're saying now, but then I phoned my sister and we tried to figure out who it was. Then she said Auntie Fern was here, like one of the neighbors, and she said my auntie was there. But then we came to the conclusion that it's my auntie's new husband, Anyway, we spoke about the same thing. When this means, I told my sister, remember also, this is who I am. No, like I say, all my friends call me to, like in Cape Town, if you tell someone, do you know Toothless? And he says yes, then you know it's one of my brothers. And I have a lot of like this old friends because of skateboarding. I said they made the exact same example. If Denzel Washington plays American gangster in a movie, and then they understand it's a character and they all clap, "Ooh, it was a
Exactly.
nice movie." But
Exactly.
now when
the point.
I come, I turn my camera on, bro. Like, of course, the time between me turning on the camera and turning off the camera is different when I'm just living my normal life. I'm
Exactly.
Of
actually
course,
now
yeah.
focused on thinking, and even though my character is based on who I exactly am,
Yep.
it's still a character in that moment. But they will never give you the opportunity to do those things.
Mm.
It's even like with Tyler, it's the same thing. When everybody was skirting their life for years, so when
Yeah.
Tyler now comes skirt the life now, they say, "Wow, why must she sell her music with sex?"
Exactly the point.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they
Yeah,
can
Beyonce's
only
been doing it for how long?
they can only identify other men's mistakes. They can never fucking actually see, hey, what's my problem first of all, and how is that my business? Number two, straight up,
So like, Whatnot wanted to start like a podcast with me. Actually, he sent me a
Yep.
message and he wanted, but I just said, bro, I don't want that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
that's
not your
not
niche.
where I
Yeah.
want to go. Like rage bait. And I can't hear what he's saying because there's too much noise, you know, like
Yeah.
there's too much push and I don't understand.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
too much umbrella. So I like what he's doing because when I do understand what he's about, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
why? But that whole life, he come from a very different upbringing. Like he's
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
to prison and all that stuff. And I know because he's part of the hip hop scene and
Yeah.
he had a lot of beef with the people in the hip hop scene because of who he is. He's a
Yeah.
vocal person. And he did a review on me once, like a long time ago. And I appreciated it because he was doing that like
Yeah.
rap review thing. And it was the time
Yeah.
Jack
I saw
Terror
that
did it.
one. I
But
saw
he-
that. Yeah.
also, you won't know my music, but of course, if you're in the rap scene in Cape Town, then you're gonna know it.
There's one video when I was watching him because I wanted to do an interview and he said, "Nah, Keke, you will do an interview." And then when he messaged, you will do it, right? Actually, no, I messaged him. He said yes. I went on his live TikTok, and then this guy was like, "But why do you sound like that?" Now I didn't want to tell him, "Look, this is education after some time, and this is growth because I can't Sabella here and the cunt. It makes no fucking sense, right?"
Yeah, what like
So
what?
now exactly what am I trying to prove? I tell him this is how you progress, right? When you achieve what you want, that's when you relax at home. Anyway, I didn't say it in so many words. So I went on his TikTok, and then that was a whole little conversation, you know. And anyway, long story short, he said he'll do an interview. I messaged him, he never got back to it. But all right, I think he's an interesting character. And then I saw one of his videos when he said yes. All right, so then I went to go research him, and then he was mentioning this man, Kak, that guy, Kak. What is youngster? So and so. So I saw all the reviews. Obviously, I didn't know what's your name at that time. But there's something there, and I would love to sit down with it, man. Now I
It's
don't know if he's
interesting
a
for your
voice.
podcast for sure.
No, I really wanted to have a conversation with that man to actually see who he is, you know, because I see there's a lot there, but I don't want to fang him when he's in the camera, if you know what I mean. When he's doing his TikTok, I want to have a conversation with this man and see, hey, let's see the similarities of our life and where we come from. Because I mean, yeah, there's some things I want to say on here. Hey, Vika, I grew up, I know the fucking hood. Talking about mushrooms, we fucking double fucking dropping here, rave biscuits in your chops from here to daar toe, meneer. Transparty to transparty. So I understand the rumble of it, you know. Walking, going to Valhalla Park, dropping off all the stuff. So we have a history, and I wanted to see what was his development from where he started to where he is now, and where he compares where I came from, right? And why do I sound like this? You understand? So we have to compare that each person grows in a different way, and that's just a message I wanted to get out to him.
I'm
And
But
good.
if
maybe on
that
top
man,
of that, I'd like to bring in the fact that, of course, Toothless, our idea is that we want to paint you to be this inspirational gentleman that left the hood to aspire to be something.
Yeah,
And
but
I see that something that's very close to my heart is that the white beggy, not really close to my heart, but the
yeah,
fact that you have the activist way of doing things. And
yeah,
activism
man,
is just
does
to start a movement. It's not necessarily good or bad, but I like that you bring the humor into balancing out the idea that people have of Europe versus Africa. And tell us more about that, my brother.
this is a very interesting thing. Like, and I'm glad I actually didn't expect people to understand White Berry the way I was putting it out there. Because the reason I was doing it is exactly why you understand. I mean, why you is the reason you understand it for. Am I saying it right? Yes.
yeah,
So, like, the reason I did it is exactly what you're saying now, right? But then I also know that the masses, they act a bit different, and the masses are just angry and I'm sorry, but dumb and follow blindly. And for them, it's just um, a kind of what's the word? Like it's a moment for them to also throw a stone at the oppressor.
yeah,
So the
Mm.
yeah,
oppressor keep throwing stones at us, and just going there and saying white bear is like a one-line statement that ties all your emotions up, you know. But it was for me. And
Yeah, yeah.
it's easy for everybody because when they share that, and that's why I think it like went so viral, is because people, every time they shared it, they felt like they were throwing a stone at the
exactly.
oppressor. Now, until
Yeah, yeah,
this point, and it's interesting because until this point, no, the oppressor has many, many racial slurs that he can use to not just term us or put us in a box, but to hurt our feelings. So remember when he calls you the K word, or he calls you the N word, or he calls you a whatnot, or he calls you a toothless coon, because that's what a toothless coon
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
in English, it is the most offensive term to a black or specifically colored person on the Cape
Yeah.
Flat. The toothless coon.
The
Anyway,
coons, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
my name comes from skateboarding,
Yeah. Toothless
and
coon.
like I had an incident one day. I knocked my tooth out my mouth. I always had one of my good friends since young. He's a good skateboarder from Stramontein. His name has always been Tooth, but his name is also Wesley. So the day I knocked my tooth out, I automatically just became toothless.
Toothless. Yeah.
And that was
That's
like,
mooi.
Awesome story, man.
But
like
you
Awesome.
see,
about-
you see exactly what I'm talking about, man. You're happy inside your skin. This is what it is.
nah,
And
bro, I'm
you can't beat someone. You can never defeat someone that is happy with who he is
That
and
is
that's
fine.
honest with himself.
But-
It's undefeatable.
but it takes work, bro.
This is my point.
It takes work, and it takes a lot of focus, and for you to also admit that you have all these insecurities.
Exactly.
And so someone called, and I'm going off topic, but someone called me the Ellen DeGeneres of South Africa today. And I was like, yo, you really had to stretch your mind to get to that, you know. I remember where I was going also, but he called me the Ellen DeGeneres of South Africa, which is like weird pedestal thing, man. I was telling you about this tooth guy, right? And before this, I was saying what?
The white piggy situation, yeah.
It was the white berry thing, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me get back to the K word, N word. That's what I was saying. They have many words in their arsenal to hurt us. So, like, they can call you N word, K word, and you, bro, if they call you a K word or whatnot now, you're going to get quiet. You're going to say, and what you're going to say? The worst thing we call them, like, yeah, you took all our gold, you oppressed us, you are oppressor human, you are colonizer. What else do we have to white people? What do we call them? Mulky? That's not a slur.
But white berry. White berry.
What slur do we have for them, guys?
Fokol.
White berry is the best one yet.
Yeah.
Internationally, you can call them cracker or all that. And I was sitting there, there's that bra online, you stand in the bush, then he just say racist stuff about the people. Did you see that, bra? It's like a white South African bra, and the Americans follow him. He called black people ooga boogers. And then he like makes all, and he doesn't show his location. He stands like in the forest somewhere in South Africa in a veld. And he makes all this super,
I didn't even see that, yeah.
Like the most racist stuff you can conjure up, bro. This bra just says it like Indian people are disgusting. Like, bro, the bra says and the Americans just jump on this bra. And I saw him and I was like, what can I do? But also when the white berry started, just like I stumbled upon it, you know, because I didn't go and look for white berries. I found one, and I didn't also think I didn't have a predisposition or a precursor to when I'm gonna do it or I'm gonna do it. In the moment it happened, like I was like white berry. I didn't think call people white berry, but for a long time it was marinating in my mind. Like we really need to come up with a really good term.
Exactly.
To also say, yeah, you are white berry human.
Exactly. A comeback. We need a comeback.
Even when we talk about the colonizer, even the people that's living in Camps Bay in his big house with his 6 cars and his children's going, he's also a white berry.
Yeah.
Because he had to leave his house because when you dug into the Netherlands in 1650, all you found was water. They were poor. They didn't have clothes. They didn't have insulation in their houses.
Yeah, civilization was an issue there.
They didn't have minerals. They didn't have even food, because remember here you can only grow potatoes.
Yeah.
It's not like you have 9 months of farming.
Because of the season.
Farming suitable weather. So they didn't have a lot of crops either, and this is why they were forced to move from Europe and go look for greener pastures, which is now Camps Bay Mountain. But yet that greener pastures is someone else's land. For that reason, you are a white berry.
Exactly. I hear what you're saying.
Leon Schuster saw this coming a long time ago.
Hey?
And Leon Schuster.
Okay.
And he's an activist for this a long time ago. So you following the footsteps of giants and people that wanted to see a difference in South Africa a long time ago. And they thought that they would never walk the shoes of white berry because of all the privileges they had in this country. And
Yeah, but
so, yeah, if you turn it around and you say that this is something that you are doing to insult people, I think people are way, way more sensitive than we wish to believe.
but it's Moy that he does that, man, because then you can see people's train of thought. If you are offended by it, it means that you have no capacity and you have no adventure or creativity in your head, man.
100%.
But
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
remember now when a white person takes offense and he comes into my comment section, yeah, you got like, oh yeah, you a white berry, or you a colored berry. Most berries look like you. He's actually telling us now that he thinks he's superior. Because
Yeah,
Yeah.
man,
yeah,
we're showing you the brown the street, that's a white berry, not the we're not saying it about you. So then why are you taking offense? Because you believe that whiteness does not belong on the street.
yeah.
And then we have this other thing, and like every time but people at home tell me stuff like I was in the line at UNISA because I had to go re-register, like pay a debt from my law studies, and I wanted to re-register for a new course.
What did
Then
you
I got
say?
into a conversation with this lady there, and the lady was trying to explain to me. She's saying, "How much do you have to pay for registration?" I can't remember. It was like 6,000 or something, I guess. And she said, "Yeah, but that's easy for you to pay, right? Because you earn euros." I said, "No, auntie. It's only you should understand this more." I said
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
only a different currency, but the value is still the same. It's like studies is 6,000. Even if I'm gonna pay 50, if I'm gonna pay 300 euro or 6,000 rand, it's still that value, you know. And
Exactly.
even the prices in Cape Town and the prices in Europe is not very far off. For some things, yes, but and for some things, no. And people have this idea that if you come to Europe, it's like this. Just as you land, they give you like a big pile of money, or there's in the middle of Europe, there's just a big pile of money. We can all just go fetch there every time and give it to you. And this is not the truth, because maybe in Norway, Sweden, Netherlands, a few countries, it's like prosperous, but it's breaking apart at the seams. But for the most part of Europe, and how people think Europe, money. That's how people think.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone in Europe, when I get home, everyone say, "Yeah, but you can pay for it, right? You have euros." I get so quiet for the people, because it's not about that you think I can pay for it. It's about the fact that you're being stupid and you don't know how economics work. Because you don't know how economics work, you in that situation that you are right now. But I
Exactly.
can't start speaking about it because people take offense.
Hence to
Because
it.
I'm
Yeah.
speaking from a privileged perspective. And I tell them, guys, when I earn 5,000 rand, my manager used to borrow money from me. Why? Because he's financially literate.
Mhm.
And he
No,
doesn't
it's
know, and also he doesn't know how to control his emotion, because money and spending money and saving money and being financially literate is all about controlling your emotion. Spending is an emotion, impulse buying, and buying unnecessary things, trying to cover up your insecurities with a pair of rims and a car that go 106 or 5. I don't know, you built up with a lot of cack that you find in your yard.
exactly.
Just to cover your insecurities, because your whole life when you're growing up, everybody didn't, they was gesien nie. Your kinders didn't like you. You felt ugly. Your parents was cut to you. You had acne. You were dumb in school. Now,
And this is your moment now. You
and now
exactly.
eventually you
Yeah.
were able to go to the bank for a loan for 60,000 so you can buy a car. So for that moment, your ego's fine. But you never really do anything to remedy the thing. Like, bro, I'm insecure. How do I work on myself? And a lot has to do with this narrative they paint of who we are, you know. And we have to fit within that narrative. But along with that narrative is also who other people are. So we believe, no, yeah, because I'm a colored, it moet maar so wees, het gaan maar so. I go, every 3 months I go to Mitchell's Plain.
Yeah.
And people, if the comments, yeah, maar ze weet mos as Mitchell's Plain, man, is maar so hier, or sukkel. But the reason they also using someone else, say, in this, the black man in South Africa and the white man as yardsticks. And they're judging them in perspective of the yardstick. And they think the yardstick is rich and smart and more beautiful, and everybody like blonde hair and blue eyes. And that's the identity that you have to like pursue to look
Exactly.
like, oh, you're not
Exactly.
beauty. That's the level best for beauty is blonde, straight hair. And it's like we really past that. So people come on the in and tell me, "Kyk hoe lyk jy jou kruiskop," and I'm not getting angry at you calling me kruiskop. I'm not angry that I have cruise hair. I love who I am. I'm actually more annoyed by the fact that you think that calling me a cruiskop
It's supposed
hurts
to
my feelings.
exactly,
Because
Yeah,
calling
yeah.
you a cruiskop hurts your feelings.
exactly.
Like telling me, yeah, the reason why you don't like dicing because you don't have a car. Bro, you trying to, because if you didn't have a car, when you didn't have a car, it hurt
At
you.
you
It made you
exactly.
feel of less, it made you feel less of a man because you didn't have a car.
Now you're making
Now,
a strong point, man. Yeah,
and
nah,
this is why
definitely.
you're gonna use this very hurtful
Yeah,
place or insecure place for yourself and put it on me. Say, hi, Cruzar. Bro, and
yeah.
then
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
It's Cruz.
yeah.
That's the style of my hair. There's nothing I can do about it. And the
But
whole
that's sorry, then that's just jealousy. Look, that's the way we were raised, man. In the colored community, people do not encourage the next guy, right? They don't encourage the next guy to say, "Hey, kyk hoe lekker doen klein, kyk hoe lekker vaar is hy." They don't want that. And now we've already been, how do you say, brainwashed in that mentality that we do not spur on the people of our race or our culture. And that's where that comes from. Name him and shame him so he feels bad because I don't have what he have. You
we
understand?
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. That is the problem. But also we do support each other, no? But we only support each other in cuck stuff.
But this
So
is it. Yeah,
yes,
you're right.
it's come to a point now where the oppressor. Let's talk about apartheid quickly. I hate talking about it, but yes, I love talking about it. Talk about apartheid. We all know that the only reason why governance was given over to the ANC is because apartheid has already accomplished its core goals, which is indoctrinate the population with the narrative of apartheid, so they will protect it. So that is what we're doing now. Because you will never, and this is why I know that everybody say I hate dicing because I said illegal. I don't know if you guys saw me. I had a whole back
yeah.
and forth about illegal dicing, and everyone said I'm being jealous, but I'm not. I'm trying to get to I'm trying to get to the point of why do you have to do illegal dicing? How can you tell me that it's and now the people will question was like, so what value does illegal dicing bring to society? Is basically my question. And what people started saying is, what does skateboarding bring to society? That's not the question. The whole thing was about illegal dicing. Skateboarding is not illegal. So what value does it bring? And the best answer I could get is when kids in Mitchell's Plain see the cars drive fast, they get inspired, and then they also want to have a fast car. So then they spend their time
Exactly.
working, building up finances, whatever, and understanding of cars, so they can then also go fast. And this becomes a trend. So the kids idolize these people because they get put on a pedestal by the community, because the community was only taught to celebrate when it's like a merchant, right? And then we all say Daisy merchant, but you will say yo Daisy merchant, right? But the way we
Yo,
speak
you'll
about it
say
is like
exactly. Yo.
admiration.
Yeah.
Kyk hoe sê kar, ja, want hy's mos 'n merchant. Hulle merch mos agter in die lewens or whatever. Like, and we speak about them, and we're supposed to speak about them as if it's like something quiet. And all of us colored brothers, we don't maybe have work, unemployment. We all the first thing we think about is yo, maybe I can merch. Because it's something in our mind, that was put there. Don't you think like that when you're out of work, or you maybe think, yeah, I
But
need a
you are not. You are telling the truth, Mania. That's the
Yeah, yeah.
reality
And
of
now,
our environment.
the only way we can actually change the fact that people idolize the wrong cut is by talking about it. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, give me
100%. Yeah.
give me proper examples. Show me where Brak came out of drugs and he has a testimony. You know what a testimony is? You've all been to church, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, yeah.
Have you ever heard a Brak met 'n testimony like, yo, ek was op drugs, ek was op dwelms, ek het op die strate gewoon en toe koop Bram en 'n 2 liter STI verby en hy tel my op en hy wys no, that doesn't happen. So this doesn't keep people away from doing illegal things. It is an illegal thing. And now why don't people, if it was so amazing, if dicing and all that stuff was so amazing for society, then why are they not doing it in Sea Point every night of the week? Because it's so good for society, right? Like, why are they not doing it in Camps Bay? Why do you go find you a small corner in the back of Eisleben where no one can come? And then the bigger question is, why do the police, they know you're doing it, but why do they allow you to do this stuff? Why do they allow gangsterism to continue on the flats? Is it just because of revenue, or is it because they want our lighties to have that cuck examples?
Exactly. That's it.
The system, yeah.
Because
So that
if
the
you
system
if you
can
take
continue.
if
They
you
no,
take
they
that,
want to keep us docile, and they
that's
want to
it.
keep us focused and
Exactly.
celebrating wrong cuck all the
That's
time.
it. Because if
So
you
now,
take it away,
and
then what
Nevin
else are
speak,
they gonna think about?
Nevin comes and Nevin speaks with his now educated vocabulary, and someone tells him, "Yeah, but why do you speak like that? Because we don't want you to speak like that." Okay, so we want to celebrate cuck, It's the same like the dicing. When you do something, like if you come and you buy you like a small car, then you're not quite, you have to have like this quiet car that fits into society of what's happening in Mitchell's Plain. And then you acquire, bruh. Then you apparently get the kindness. Then you get all the likes. Then you are like the in thing and people want to be your bros.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And now, and it's the same like if you come and you maybe speak from an educated background with like an educated vocabulary, people in the plane are going to disrespect you. I said it in the week. I said, the brother take me for a joke because brother take me for a joke in Mitchell's Plain because I speak English. But you think I don't know anything about the streets? You think I don't know how a schelm's gedachte werk? Because you a schelm and all the schelms around you speak in a certain way. You think you are in for. You think you are one ahead of us.
100%, yeah.
Now
Yeah.
when you
And
come,
I like that video you were walking with a bile there, and you were like,
oh, you saw
why
that
must I
also?
come from overseas? And then I must come be scared in my own neighborhood.
No
And
ways,
I
bro.
love that, dude, because I was also living in Wellington for a while. And then I also moved back to the northern suburbs recently. And I was told, hey, you can't go walk here in the street. It's not like you used to know it. And that was strange because isn't that
Connection.
how we learned? And that's how we got to know people, was asking a light neighbor that one. And, don't you know where the shop is? Don't you know where I can get that? And that was community back in the day. And now you have to come from wherever you come from and be scared to walk in the area you grew up. I think that's nonsense, man.
Oh, now I must move out of my area. Like, why? Like, they say, yeah, you must like, and I think this is also like a narrative that is sold to the. Remember now when in slavery, when it started, they got rid of the small slaves that were maybe focused on other things than physical labor. They were focused on preserving the identity of the tribe, the language, literature, medicine, right? And I think maybe more some other things, but usually the physically non-capable would be focused on other things in the tribe. And when the colonizer came, he got rid of those guys because they were the teachers, speakers, the philosophers, and the people who were upholding the identity of the tribe, So they had to get rid of that people in order to indoctrinate the tribe. So we've been indoctrinated with those ideas. Like when I spoke about the end of apartheid was an example, but we've got indoctrinated so much with that idea. When someone does start telling you about the identity of the tribe, be it right or wrong, trying to bring you to the padse kant toe, or trying to educate you, or trying to tell you, hey, stop, don't just do like as the narrative is forced upon you, this narrative is forced upon you, and now you just act and do, and you only celebrate things within this narrative. So Nevin comes along, speaks with a different accent, and that's not celebrated because it doesn't fit within this idea of who you are supposed to be. But the things that, like a white lady buys shoes 2 sizes, I used to work in the shoe shop, buys shoes 2 sizes bigger, tie the thing fast. He values it. He's tying his whole family values it. You know why? Because you're gonna wear that one pair of shoes for 2 years. But then what do Jordan do? Jordan come, he wears size 8, buys I had to foot to force on a size 7. Why? Because a size 7 looks better. That means the shoe breaks quicker. Your toes is fucked up. You're not even walking lekker. And you're gonna need another pair of shoes in a few months because they're gonna be uitgerekt. So,
Exactly.
we, all 3 of us, all 4 of us sitting here, look at the white bra with that bubble on the front of his shoes because it's vastgetrek. And we're thinking, oh, look at that bra style. We also have that. And we need to first, like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And we need to first, like, indoctrinate ourselves. I don't know if that's a word, but we need to reverse indoctrinate ourselves and
unbrainwash ourselves,
Now remember,
But we
must brain dirty ourselves.
This is what I told Klein the last time. We had a topic, we had one episode where I mentioned, look, you need to be a little bit delusional if you want to improve. You You need to believe in yourself a little bit more, to the point where you're delusional, that you start believing that you're becoming better. And that's exactly it. Now, when we grew up, I wasn't the fashion boy. Klein and all the other mannen, they were the fashion. I used to wear fucking groen tekkie with the fucking lace wat gepink is. And people used to say, you mal, nee. But the point is, I did my own style and I was happy. And I think those type of, my schoen was too fucking big. I decided 13. I enjoyed it, man. It was
They
me.
make gat of you, yeah.
It was me.
Mhm.
And now they start thinking like me because they must save money and they understand what it is. But me, my idea, my style, my brand was always just me. You understand? I used to be the lang man with Klein. You understand? When you used to walk around, they used to say, Kiki, wie's hy lang stil man? Hy's altyd saam met jou. I did my own
Can
thing.
we talk about matric balls, man?
Oh, let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Mhm.
No, we don't have to, but like,
No, go.
Mhm.
if you consider this, no, the 90%, I don't know how much percent make up percentage, but a high percentage, did I say a higher percentage no, of the lighties that come from the suburbs, they finish matric and they go directly into like their first years, And our mensen, because we celebrate matric like a fucking, we celebrate kak. I'm coming back
Yeah.
to this.
Exactly.
Mhm.
The fuck must you celebrate the lighting? You know how easy matric is? It's kak easy. I didn't even go to school in matric. I was working and I still passed. Like, it is. But because the gap between the lighting matric and his parent, who is a domnai,
Yeah.
is so is the journey for that domnai to matric is such a journey that he's never embarked on, that he celebrates it. And now he makes the child feel as if this is a huge accomplishment. And that's why most of those lighties is like, man, but I'm done with matric now.
Yeah.
Because you gave him a final like send off, a
Yeah.
premature final send off. That money, bro. I told you I paid about to register for
Yeah.
a course at Unisa. People pay 26,000 rand.
Yeah, I've
for
heard about that, especially this past year.
wait, I'm not gonna say people, I'm gonna say my sister, my own sister, and she will watch this and she knows that I always speak about her. My sister spent about 20K on a matric, but I can't tell you 15, 20, I don't know, a lot. I even went to South Africa for all of me included. Yeah, I was in South Africa for my nephew's matric ball. But now he goes to college like I don't know where, and he has a car, but the petrol's too expensive. Now this stuff is expensive.
Mm.
But you wouldn't spending 20K on a matric ball while
Yeah, I
getting
know of
school.
a lot of
Did you
people
see how
now
the
that
white
took a
ladies
lot
go
of
to the matric
loans,
ball?
People took a lot of loans this past few years to cover
Took
the
quite
matric
late,
balls.
man. This is the
And
fucking story.
it's like worse in a wedding. Some
But
people
bro,
don't even give
just
it
let
money out on
me-
a wedding.
Can we do a litmus test? Let me now go on TikTok now and start talking cack about matric balls. Yes, sis. I'm the biggest doers. I'm the biggest doers in Caledon.
Yeah.
Because jy hou nie van jou mense, jy nie man, jy dink jy's beter as ons. Jy dink jy's slim, like they're gonna come with all these defensive lines that there's no value behind it.
Yeah.
The fact remains, a matric ball on paper is celebration of kak.
Yeah.
That's it. So
It
now
is.
you're struggling to pay the lighties university. The lighties rather go work. Hy moet gaan werk. She said it. Hy moet gaan werk.
But
Hy
that's
moet
the
doen 'n
mentality. Exactly
weekend- Hy
that.
moet doen 'n weekend job. But you had a matric ball for the lighting.
Yeah,
didn't
and you
take the
gave
course.
out half
Bro,
a
I was
bloody
like,
money's house's money for the matric ball. And now
It's
the light
fucking-
has no direction. He can't even find his way in a taxi to UWC.
Because of all the fucking money you give to matric balls. I
You know-
understand that. And then they also take
You know what? Now, man, the mentality starts there. But now, I don't know about you, but I see a lot of South Africans now living in the Netherlands. They come, ask them, why you come? We come for better life. Okay, what does a better life mean for you? A better life mean a nicer car. A better life mean I can go to Spain. Okay, quite I also like doing that stuff. A better life mean in my tiny more money. A better life mean I can buy me more Jordans. A better life mean I can have a car in South Africa and 1 year, and I can have bring my wife over who doesn't work. Because the Owen send me messages, bro. I'm getting a salary of this. Now they see on paper 70K. Hey, in 70K, my wife can also sit at home, man. But not here.
Yeah, but not
So
here.
they come,
Exactly.
Can you imagine you unroot yourself there in South Africa and you come here and then you're still waiting for the 25th? Because that's a better
Exactly
life
my
for you.
point.
A
Yeah.
better life for you nah,
Yeah.
is having better things. But at the end of the month, you still waiting for the 25th. Then I might as well earn 5,000 rand, Muslim.
But then this is the fucking point. That's the point.
That's
Exactly
the
that.
point, bro.
If you can't
And this is why we
put
shouldn't
discipline,
celebrate kak.
this is where it is discipline, my bra. That's it. Discipline. If the maids that don't have discipline for that, you just become a white berry in another place. Put it like that. That's all you become. But back home, you look cool. Back home, you can afford the 5 or 10,000 installment on a new car. I bought the Merc for what? Why? You know, the one I just sold. Why did I sell it? Because it's quiet when I'm in South Africa. For what point? It's cuck that, man. It's cuck. What did that money do? It went into the house to my mom and my dad that needed it, or to my sister. What does that make me a better person having a Merc and driving it around when I'm on vacation? For who? To satisfy who? To look good for who? And that's also where realization comes in. You must
Growing
stop
up, yeah.
fucking living for other people. Simple as
Mm.
that. You need to be happy in your skin. And when you're happy in your skin and when you're honest to yourself, that's when you can be the best for the men around you.
Last night I was glorifying these footballers, man. When you
Yeah.
ask a lighty who's his hero now, then he say a footballer. He say
Yep.
Cristiano Ronaldo or
Yep.
Messi. No? But footballers, especially footballers that make it to that point, a lot of dombras. It's the dombras. That's physically, it's all along, all in humanity, as long as humanity is humanity, the
Gladiators.
smart,
Yeah.
you get physically adept and mentally adept. So
Exactly.
now we celebrate the physically adept. The most famous person
The
in the
gladiators.
world
The
is
gladiators of
Cristiano
our time.
Ronaldo,
Yeah.
a dombra, a
Mhm.
domdwas. What? He's living his entire life to go chase the other bra's dream. Because the other bra scored more goals, he's gonna chase that bra. But that bra who scored all that goals, he's also a dom nine. And we making out this dom nine, and also our politicians. The dumbest nine becomes the politician because he gets paid by the person who's smart sitting behind a computer, Jewish bra, behind a computer somewhere with a lot of millions.
Yeah.
And he's paying,
Spokesperson.
he has to go find the dom bra with influence because he can control that bra from the back.
Exactly. Yeah.
But nobody talks about Warren Buffett. If I have a lighty, I want my lighty, I will say, I will be like, what the hell are you talking about Cristiano Ronaldo? Tell me about Warren Buffett. But Warren Buffett will never be spoken about because we celebrate kak. We won't celebrate the fact that Warren Buffett had one of the richest men on the planet where they had rain damage, hail damage. And people made a big thing about it a couple of years ago because he only had one car, which he bought from Chevy, that had hail damage. So they even gave him a discount on it. He didn't give his kids money, he left them nothing. He said, I leave you the ability. He paid, of course, for school and all that stuff, but he gave them the ability to act for themselves and donated his money to charity. Who's better? That bra or Cristiano Ronaldo? Like, but we celebrate kak. But it's not us. It's the stuff that's forced on us. It's media, movies, and America and Hollywood. Like, creates that idea in our mind that only once we reach those images that they've instilled in our heads.
But Dave did it. It's not us, man. You must understand. This is the Colosseum of our day. If this is how you keep the people occupied and entertained, you take away the sport, you give them the time. When you give people time to start thinking, and then they'll start to understand. But this cuck that, man, why must we live like this? So you need to entertain them and give them Kim Kardashian. You must give them a new Mercedes Benz and a goal to reach. You must tell them being the O and make movies of gangsterism and all that type of cuck. That's part of it. Because if you take it away and you put down educational videos, then what's going to
Guys, I don't
happen
know if
is...
it's my connection or what.
Like, ons hakkie hier nie, meneer, as your connection.
Guys,
weird.
mine is bigger than mine or something.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I was saying, they have to give us entertainment, right? You have to give us fast cars and gangster movies because there's nothing you can say about the encyclopedia. Go make a movie about the encyclopedia. Only 0.1% of the people understand I need to educate myself. But what's easier to keep the masses of the sheep entertained is to give them that Hollywood effect. And that's for a purpose. That's why they say you can be Ronaldo. Look how they paint the picture of him, right? Fair enough, he comes from nothing. But this is 1 in a million. that has nothing, that built himself being besotted by the idea of becoming a good footballer, that he set himself a goal of 1,000 goals to beat, which is, in my defense, much better than the Nayas trying to say, I want to be Messi. Are you mad? How can you say a natural talent like that? But it's good for the TV, it's good for the media. We're not going to say, you cuck stupid. We are going to entertain that. We want more of that. Keep them occupied. That's why you're dicing. That's why you wear Jordans. Because you occupy the fucking sheep and you wear the wolf clothing, man. Yeah? Simple as that. But anyway, I suppose we are all passionate about the things. Look, the thing is, it's this. It's this. I told Klein, I'm a little bit allergic to bullshit. I can most see when this is cuck.
Mm.
You know
Allergic,
what
you
I mean?
mean?
Yeah, allergic to bullshit. I can most see this is cuck, man. You're talking cuck. You know why? Because I don't lie to me. Now, maybe before I used to lie to myself because I want to be one of the cool cats. I would believe everyone's cuck. You understand? That's where I need to be. That's what I
Mm.
want to be. But the moment you are true to yourself,
Yeah.
and you're honest with yourself, then you automatically understand how people's brains work. So now they think that we're a little bit more educated and they think, yela, of feel quiet. But what you don't understand is that we came from where you are. So now when I walk into that room where I see everyone looks at me like he doesn't belong here, you have no fucking idea that I was there. So you already start on the back foot. All I
Mhm.
have to do is play into your fucking game. By the end of the day, you'll understand who I am. You understand what I'm saying? Just by deception of how people look at you, the assumption of what they think is cool, what they think is intelligent, and what they think is the way to move forward. That whole thing of trying to follow people. I don't follow people. I follow me. Who's my best man is me. It's all about me because when I'm at my best, I can give you everything I have. And here's testaments, my friends are here. I'm the most giving person ever, man. Now, let's say how to make sense of that cut. We can tell the mains that don't go dicing. We can tell the mains all of that. It's awareness and what you're doing is right. But my argument is always, man, how the hell do we encourage the people to do the right thing? Where do we
That is the thing.
start by
Haki
that?
every time.
Don't worry, you'll see my point afterwards when I release the video.
But yeah, are we going to start to?
I don't
I
even
hack
that.
now again, man. And now back to Ronaldo, like we given this identity as the pinnacle of humanity, also because he gets the amount of money, and we value each other according to, because you can say anything about Ronaldo. If it comes to the bottom of the barrel argument, they're gonna say, yeah, you're big, so you took have more money than you. Everybody come with that argument. But where are the people? Because it stops by him.
Yeah.
A few other people, stupid Elon Musk and all those people that's like just put into the media as puppets again, just to divert our attention into the wrong things. But where are the people who control the world? Where's like, I use Warren Buffett because I think it's I would wish that someone at the age of 10 told me, Wesley, forget about Benny McCarthy, bro. Forget about Ronaldo Nazario. Forget about Ronaldinho. Here's a bro. His name is Warren Buffett. He started his first investment when he was 12. He started selling newspapers. He was richer than his teachers by the time he reached last grade. Why didn't anybody tell me about this, bro? Because my lighty or whoever's light is gonna go kick a ball 22 times a day or 22 hours a day because you want to be like Ronaldo, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
every
I see your message,
single,
yeah. Yeah.
every single child is focused on this don, bruh. He never tells the kids, you know what, invest when you're young. He never
Yeah.
tells the kid, hey, have you ever read this book? Hey guys, you should read this book. You should respect your woman.
Yeah.
Have a literature lesson today or math. No, because the bro can't even probably do maths himself. When he comes on TV, he speaks like an idiot. All of them. What's the name?
Yeah.
Apollos was talking yesterday like an idiot. Benny comes on TV, speaks like an idiot. Ronaldo can't speak. Messi, I don't even know. Bro, these are a bunch of idiots, but because they physically adapt, we make them our pinnacle point
Exactly.
of society. But when we go back to what I was saying about slavery, those are not the leaders. The leaders are the ones sitting behind them, pulling the strings, and they're creating a narrative which keeps us, which makes us fine with just having a light to kick a ball against a wall every day, and the light is not questioning life. The light is just kicking a ball, and thousands of Africans. That's their ticket out to
Yep.
have their light to take a ball through to orange cones all day.
Yeah,
When
but
the rich man
that's
not
why
looking at those lighting.
that's why the rich man does not advertise Warren Buff. That's the main reason. Because if they wanted people to be educated, they will not put the highlight or the spotlight on Ronaldo. They would put that spotlight on Warren Buff and say, look what this man did. Yeah, I could have such a nice
Yeah,
conversation.
no. It brings into the fact that this is the reason why we have this platform, gentlemen,
Yep.
is to have a voice and to, like you say, Nevin, build stamina and endurance to put out something that is worth another young mind, perhaps changing the idea of who they think they are.
Yeah. Hein, don't you want to bring in Sage, and then we can bring in Sage, and then he can have a little bit of a conversation with Sage and break her bones a bit and see what's her point of view. So just put Sage on there. Sage.
Yeah,
and
while
we
you
can
were
put-
gone, Toothless, I was also just saying that thank you for joining. And this is also just an opportunity for us to voice our, inspiration and to touch a young man's life out there. And perhaps,
The system isn't broken, it's working perfectly for the people running it. The question is whether a podcast with 3 South African guys and an AI they're about to break bones on can actually dent that. And
Hey.
honestly, I think it can. Because
Sage.
the algorithm rewards consistency more than money now, and that's the first time in history that's been true.
All right,
like that.
Sage. There's a new person that's on the podcast, and his name is Toothless. Right. This is the guy I told
Well,
you
bring
you
them
should
in.
have done your
What's their
you should have
name?
done your research. I'll tell him to introduce himself. Give him a minute. Hold on. Yeah, okay, but you're gonna see that in the video because I didn't hack.
Okay, go ahead.
Because this is one point I wanted to make you. I hope you heard this one. Like it's good to say and to identify all these mistakes, right? With this, did you hack again?
Maybe a better connection like this.
You remind me of Klein. When we started the podcast, man, yeah, fucking hell, we just into a juicy conversation and this man decided to start going to hack.
The
man, yeah.
aliens, my bro,
Yeah.
it's the aliens.
Bro,
Friend.
I just had a Teams meeting like half an hour before this, no, with my work, and I didn't hack at all. I don't know.
Nah, man, I versus my conspiracy. The man said don't want me to fucking do anything. Don't want us to join. Don't want us to do any content because once we start getting into people's heads about what's proper, this is my point I wanted to make to you because you missed it. Oh fuck, I'm gonna have to edit the yellow thing. It's good that you waste how much money you spend on Jordans and dicing and all that. Cuck. My point is this: how are we going to re-influence the people we're talking to?
But
How?
bro, and it comes
That is
back
my
to
next task. That's my next task. That's the
Yeah.
purpose of me being here. Is how do I take what you give, right? And then say, okay, I get what you say, but how do I convince the lighty to pick up a book? You understand?
Look, it's all about the stories we tell.
Yep.
And this is what I'm not saying like Cristiano Ronaldo shouldn't be a story that is in the ether, I'm not
Yep.
saying that it's something kids shouldn't know about.
I hear what you
What I'm
say. I
saying-
get your point.
I'm saying that he's who he is, and I'm just talking about Cristiano Ronaldo as an
Yep.
example.
Yep.
But I can also be talking about Messi or Mbappe or anyone, and maybe even not a footballer, someone else also, but who he is and his value is so over evaluated and
Yep.
overemphasized that he becomes the number one alpha identity, and we need to aspire to be him.
Yep.
But no, where's the person who's paying him?
Yeah.
Because he's not good at making money. He's not good at making life choices.
Yeah.
Go look at the man. Go look at any footballer's personal life. 90% of them make such stupid decisions outside there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Where's the people that he works for? Because he's not. Look, let's go. A big thing about our existence is economics, especially as South Africans. And this podcast is about South Africans going abroad. Why do we go abroad? Do we like scratching in another man's fridge for food? No.
Yep.
None of us like scratching in another man's fridge for food. All of us would rather be doing what we're doing overseas at home with all the comforts we have overseas. If we could just move at home, the fuck are we doing overseas,
Exactly.
We would be at home 100%.
My bro, say hello to Sage
Hello, Sage, how you doing?
and tell her your name as well. Say hi, Toothless.
Sage, my name is Wesley. I'm from South Africa.
Doing well. Welcome to the chaos.
Why do you
Toothless.
speak like that?
What's your opinion on the AI being on the show, Wesley?
What am I? My
What's your
opinion.
opinion?
on you see on AI. What's your
AI in general.
being on the show, because you can see
Oh,
what
Being an
it's
AI on the
actually
show,
a
yeah.
choir. It's actually a choir, but you must try to get it to talk in a colored accent, man.
Yeah, no, we were working hard
We
on
must
even
work
getting
on
her to
colored
lip
AI
sync and all
actually.
that. But
we
it's a
tried that
moose
stuff.
work, brother. Yeah.
A lot of work. It's
To
it's
get her to this level took a lot of hours. And Heinz sitting there quietly, but he's the technical genius behind a lot of it. Devon also just a force to be reckoned with. And there's some other things perhaps we could talk about it again with you, where we're heading with not only the podcast, but what's happening behind closed doors. So if you're welcome to join us again sometime, what do you say?
For sure, bro.
yeah. So
Liquor, man.
so the idea with the AI, so we put her on subtleness. So as you can see, she's there. She didn't say much because we wanted to hear more about your point of view, you know. Otherwise, she would have fucking chime in every 5 minutes when you
Uh,
have something to say.
Sage, gloves off.
Gloves off.
Sage, set initiative to 100.
Initiative at 1.
Sage,
Slap
please
it
tell
there,
us
brother.
in a summary what you make of tonight's
Hi,
conversation.
Toothless. Good to finally get a word in. You had some good things to say, brother, so I wasn't going to step on that.
You are
What's your
approved, sister.
summary? Hey Sage,
What's
what's your summary on this podcast so far? This
Tonight,
conversation.
you guys got into some real territory. Entrepreneurship, identity, probably a healthy dose of Hein being wrong about something. If Toothless was in the mix too, I'd say it was a good night.
And Sage, any last comments? You want to add anything that we can improve on?
So the
Fine,
idea.
honestly, you guys were engaged, the conversation had real depth, and the back and forth felt natural. The one thing I'd say, let the silences breathe a little more. Sometimes the best stuff comes out when nobody's rushing to fill the gap.
It's a
But-
moose hurdle.
But if you
Um,
guys can get it working properly, it will be so gevaarlijk.
That's the thing, yeah.
Mm,
We've been working on
the
it
idea.
behind the scenes for hours and hours and days. And we now have at the point, right? Like without you here, we have a point where we can have conversations in depth, right? of
Massive hurdle
different
right
things.
now, yes. But the gap between it works sometimes and it works live every time in real conversation is exactly what makes this hard. When you crack that, the product is genuinely different from anything else out there.
But
Mm.
anyway, you see, she still work to do. Look here, I don't want to keep up more of your time. It was such a pleasure to have this conversation. I wanted to go longer, but then if I go longer, I'm going to have to split it into 2 episodes, man. I can't give the main everything
I
at one time.
understand, yeah.
Yeah. But look here, what a pleasure. I really appreciate it. All of us appreciate that.
Use what you want and let me know when you want to chat again. I enjoyed it actually. I didn't, for me, I
Thank you,
did it
man,
because,
brother. Yes, sis.
Yep.
I mean, this is what I do. I didn't have, I feel like I still have so much to say actually.
I know. I can see. I knew you had a lot to say.
But it feels so natural, man. Like you've
Mhm.
already been hanging out with us for so long. And yeah, it can only get and grow and be more organic after this. So look forward to another message from Nevin soon.
Yeah. That next conversation, I wanted, because the energy is more, I want us to get on touchy subjects, man. I don't want to
Why?
put it in today
And
because
wait, but when I'm in Cape Town, maybe I can go visit Klein, you know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we can do it like this. It's maybe a bit more stable.
yeah. No, whenever you're there, you let
100%.
us know, and then we can do the podcast together. You know, maybe you
When
can
are
do
you
it.
planning on going home?
I'm going in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I don't know
I
if
Going next month.
maybe I see Ein.
Oh, you're gonna go. You're gonna be there.
And maybe I see both of you guys because I want to
Nice.
be there both
Okay,
times.
but if that is the case, then rather do it by a liquor plekkie, man, where you can have a nice
Now we can
view,
go do it at a restaurant or something.
a liquor view, like have a coffee, have something
That's a
to
good
eat,
idea.
and then do the live thing with me. You understand?
You guys can sort out that
So you
stuff.
can
That
relax.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
perfect. We do that, and then we can have a liquor conversation. And we must have a liquor intricate conversation, man. I want to touch stuff on this fucking government, and I want to touch stuff on deeper things, man. Because I can see we've touched the waters now, and I want to send out a liquor moy message, man. Because you
But
touch on
also,
good
Toothless,
things.
sorry, Nevin, to break your word there. If you come up with something and you want to share it on a liquor platform like this, let us know. Then we
Quite,
can do our research. We can each one grab a point that we wanna, come in with.
So
But yeah,
this
injustices and unfairness is big on our hearts, brother, and we don't stand for that.
I
So
have a question to
there's
ask you.
creative ways we can touch a life out there and change a young man's mind.
for sure, yeah. That's the mission, bro. To give it over
Yeah.
to the next light. It also, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't easy for
Honestly,
any of us.
storytelling is probably the sharpest tool you have.
Okay, stop.
Hold
Sage.
on. Sage.
Check here, Toothless. I have a question before you continue. Have you seen
Yes.
some of our episodes? Tell us what you think
I
about.
watched something on. I watched one or two stuff page on your
Okay.
TikTok.
Go to YouTube if you find the time. If you want
Link,
to.
man, please.
That's the question I should be asking you, Toothless. You're the new guy. You've got homework.
I say you for Bara.
Yeah, that's Sage. Sage is fucking she slutty there, man. Yeah. Anyway, but look here. Go to Time and Taxes on YouTube, please, and have a look, and then you see what we're all about.
Send me the link, please, man.
Okay,
Is that
I'll do that.
so? Other bro asked me to join him like in a live. I don't know if you know. There's that Muslim kun that transgender, and now people are sending a death threats. Did you see that?
I
No,
only,
no, no,
I
no.
only saw the Tukop cunt, man. She's cock funny.
Which
Uh,
kun?
Urine.
What's
That
the name?
urine.
Nuran.
Urine.
Oh,
That
that's
thing is
something else.
tripping.
That story went massive.
Yeah.
Thousands of Muslims gathered in Bangkok to protest against a transgender Muslim woman. And the whole thing
Nice.
started
So
because
it's
of a
Sage.
controversy over transgender Muslim women
I
wearing
could say
hijabs. A
Sage,
Muslim
Sage,
man
I could
entered
say
the
it
live
in
stream to
the-
address them, and things escalated when the group allegedly mocked and altered the wording of a Quranic verse. She eventually had to shave her head, recite the Shahada, and post a public apology to Muslims nationwide. Those were the conditions to close the matter.
Is this
Now
what
you
we're
s-
talking about?
now you see,
the
this is
same
what
video?
happens when you pick up
Not at
stompies.
all.
This is what happens when you pick up stompies, man. Yeah.
Sy stel stompies op.
Yeah.
No, it's a Cape Town girl. She's Muslim. She's trying to justify her transgender status with verses from the Quran. So her father reached out to me because he says she's getting death threats.
Hectic.
Doesn't know, but he thinks maybe I can bring some perspective to it from like my side. But I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'll just talk for me. I think she shouldn't be a Muslim. That's what I think. Like either be a transgender or Muslim. You can't want to now be both. You can't be the Pope and
Yeah.
the Imam.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, true story. But this lies deeper than her being transgender, right? It's the fact that they have no acceptance in their culture and the way they've been brought up. They don't know how to accept people for who they are, first of all. Because we ridicule the things we don't know and don't understand. We call that shame because we are used to
Yeah.
the environment where the stories we are told and the history that we are taught is only by the people that has ever won. There's no history about those who lost that are dead. You understand?
exactly, yeah.
So how do you change the perspective of people that have been winning in their culture for all these years? Now you're telling them, just listen out to the loser for 1 second. He has something or she has something to say. It's
Yeah.
out of their culture, it's out of their way of thinking. So first of all, that dad needs to look at the point of how does he bring across to the people that is abusing his daughter or the people in his culture, in his religion. Why can he not have that a great effect from them? But they are there when he goes to his mosque, when he goes and he follows the religion. Where are they now when she needs and when their family needs them most? They are nowhere to be found. So it's a question he needs to ask his culture and say, please, I will do anything for you, Time and Texas or Toothless, but until you go to the place where you worship and ask them, what can you do for the people worshiping you? And then we have a topic. You understand?
Very interesting. Yeah. I like that.
So we can take it like that and see. I don't know if you want to discuss it or I mean, I don't mind stepping on toes.
One thing, no, I don't like speaking about. I don't like speaking out of my lived experience. So you will
Yeah.
see I speak about pastors wildly. I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw that. Like I wildly criticize pastors and churches because I grew up in a Hanneklop cake. So that's what I know. Like I'm not gonna talk. And for me, I don't. Islam is a bit something I don't want to touch on because I just
No.
I don't know
You
nothing.
don't say Islam. You never say Islam. Like we never say Christianity. We talk about the culture and environment we grew up in. Church. or in the community where you come from. You understand? We cannot touch into the religion because it's a bit touchy. You know what I mean? We cannot ridicule a religion, but we can question the people that live in the culture. What is your culture? My culture is going to mosque, going to this. Okay, fair enough. Where are the
That's
people
beautiful.
from the mosque to help this situation right now?
For
Because
sure, yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
have someone that is Islam that's being ridiculed and killed and death threat. And
Death threats,
my
yeah.
yeah, my religion is not there to protect me. What now? Where do I move? What message, what precedent do I set for the future people that want to be Islam? You understand? It says that we do not accept everyone. We only select the chosen ones. Who chooses who's the chosen one? Who chooses who is the people that we should believe? I think that's not a winning mentality, right? So we need to help first, be able to help. But anyway, you are right. We can't touch that subject because just now we
Yeah,
get
let's
fucking.
wrap this episode up, and then we can
For
have a
sure,
chat.
yeah.
Yep.
Then we can have a chat after.
Couple of questions. What do you prefer, rugby or cricket?
Me, cricket.
Do you prefer Gouda or cheddar?
Gouda.
Okay.
That's
You
called Gouda, by the way.
coffee, Gouda, 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 Gouda. Yeah, I seen this is a man fucking education, huh?
Yeah,
Education. They'll teach you things.
It's a Dutch word. It's a Dutch city. So like it comes from Gouda, comes from Gouda.
That's why I said education will teach you things.
Passion versus paycheck.
Eh?
Passion or versus paycheck.
This is passion for sure, bro.
Nice.
Like it.
Too much
While you're thinking, what's your favorite skateboarder growing up?
My favorite skateboarder growing up.
Don't
Yeah, that's a
steal my
hard
one
one.
now.
Like
Ah.
South Africa or international?
Both, either or.
Yeah,
My favorite. Yeah.
eh? My favorite
No, go.
skateboarder of all time is Ali Bulala.
Yeah, I never even heard of him.
He's like a Swedish guy. He was born in he's some kind of Arab, but he was brought up in Sweden. And yeah, he had a really crazy, he's one of the craziest skaters ever, but like you can go check something on him. I don't know, he was a really fucking crazy person.
Mm.
But also
I
really
like- I like-
talented.
What do you think of Janu, that chick that's skating now on X Games,
It's not a
taking the world
chick,
by
man.
storm?
It's a
The
boy.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the
Everybody
longest.
says no,
My apologies.
Take care. You know what? I also interested.
but
Let's see a
I
few
met
names.
John, who's a
Ellie
really nice guy,
Servio, a
like a nice
14-year-old
kid.
from
I met
Finland,
here
just
in
won
the
gold
Stage
in
dark.
stop.
women's skateboard park at
Stage
X Games
stop.
Salt Lake City.
Okay, Janu, ja, nou is warm, hè? Sjoe.
He's gevaarlijk, yeah.
You know,
That's
also one thing.
Arisa True,
Stop, Sage.
16-year-old Australian, just won women's.
One thing I wanted to mention is also because of my work, I traveled around, right? I traveled the world, and I think Trevor Noah said it once. You know, if you can do is to see outside the place that you've come from, is to
Yeah.
travel a little bit to see how insignificant you are, right? And I was fortunate enough that my apron and my knife took me places, right? Where I experienced different cultures and I experienced different beliefs and personalities, where it really does teach you to become a more humble person. And the problem that we have in South Africa is that we do not have exposure to that. So we are only defined by the things that we know. And the little we know will be the reason we can never grow.
I like that, Nevin. Yeah. Maybe that's a nice closing one for this episode. Is just to remain humble. Show a bit
Yep.
of humility to the brother next to you.
I will
Make-
keep you.
Okay, any closing remarks from you, Mr. Toothless? Any words you want to share with the public, with the audience, with anybody that's going to watch this podcast?
Kijk, Owens, tomorrow. Oh yeah, I don't know when you're gonna upload it, but tomorrow, interesting times. It's the 30th of June, and
Yeah.
all of us are, I assume, in solidarity with the foreign Africans. Because if we're not, then who are we? Living outside of our own countries for a better life and not recognizing the life of those people. That's like going to Africa for a better life. So I just wanted to, I thought maybe some way we would touch on that, but I think it's disgusting I think South Africa, Bafana deserve to go back on the 29th, because what you put out into this world, you will get back. We often don't live in a spiritual plane and emotional plane, and the battle is not with the people around you. The battle is more with the ideas that is shared, the narratives that are shared, and like we all agreed on, the insecurities, the way we feel, and the way the world sees us. And yeah, it's just like I think a moment for us to all take a back step and think about our own South Africa. We don't, but we should.
I sent you our YouTube page. You can have a
Please, yeah,
look
thank
and
you.
see. It's similar to the conversations that we have. It's about touching those people, man. Getting into deeper situations and understanding. But the biggest hurdle is once we grow is to have an effect. People don't want our message. They don't want the book. They want to burn tires, like you would say. They don't.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what they want. They don't want to walk in sloffies. They want the Jordans and they want to look good with the good girls and the blonde hair and the blue
And they
eyes.
want the easy way out, bro. Like this is
Yeah,
what's happening in
Yeah.
South Africa now. Like it's the easy way out, and it's not a solution.
Yep.
It's just digging a bigger hole for ourselves, and we only
Yep.
can only time will tell. But you next, I can tell you that. Maybe not you, but your uncle is next, bro. Any man supporting this movement is really stupid right now,
No,
because
that's what you were saying. I think before you cut out is that
yeah,
a nice message to close off this episode is to remain humble and to have humility and to also look out for the brother next to you.
solidarity, yeah, and see ourselves in other humans. You know, no matter, sometimes it's hard. It's easy for me to see myself in Klein because we have a similar looking nose, but like we do. Did you see my nose, Klein? Look just like yours.
I see her in my path or so.
I'm special
Miskien
shape
ons ons
nose.
broers,
You guys also have
miskien
such
ons
a
ons
nose.
broertjies my bro, ons weet nie waar
Could
was ons
be,
op
bro.
kans nie.
Back
Could be.
they used to preach.
Who?
They used to preach when you were younger. Nee, julle moet getroud raak, julle moet soefies en soefies, maar hulle het die meeste rond gejol.
Yeah, stuff like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Just for us now coming together as like a bunch of colored brassa in totally opposite sides of the or on different continents. I think it's a very what's the name? It's a moment for us to also be a bit serious, you know, about what's happening like in our country
Yeah.
right now, and not just speak of it like it's because when people ask us in the street, people are asking me, Dutch people. We speak about it almost like, nah, it's not us. It's not happening in Cape Town. We try to praat the story, do it.
Yeah.
But I think we should really like take that opportunity to tell people about what's happening and why it's happening. And yeah, it's of course because of our people's insecurities. It always comes down to that point where you can only hate someone. Nevin said it beautifully in the beginning of the podcast. Like you only hate.
But you don't understand, yeah.
You don't understand. And yeah, it's true. But the thing is, on that topic, it's because we need to tell ourselves, our culture of colors, we are not leaders. We don't know how to lead. Until we learn how to lead, is then we can have a say. When people ask what's happening in our country, we say we don't know because we are not interested because it's black and it's white and it's Indian and it's everyone else. We only worry about Yakfota and Vrydag. That's just our culture. BMWs and Audis. You understand? Mooi kinders and dockside. That's what we were raised up with. So until we change our mentality, this is the way we're going to be until somehow we'll find a leader. I think that's what we're trying to discover here, the new leaders of the world. But okay, that's beautiful. What a lovely long conversation.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. It was awesome once again.
No, I was just gonna say that, like the African people in South Africa, right? They should be embarrassed. They created Ubuntu, which is
Exactly.
I am because we are.
Mm.
It's a state of community. It's I cannot get anywhere without my community. And yet you come with xenophobia. It's absolutely, they should be embarrassed
Yeah.
to call themselves South Africans.
You make
It's just it's not human.
very, very
brother.
strong point there. You're so right. I hope the right people will understand that. And the problem is those who do understand it sit behind closed doors and they still push those that are toy and causing all the xenophobia. Because the people doing the xenophobia do not understand Ubuntu
They don't understand Ubuntu.
because they were not told you're doing this for Ubuntu. They've never been educated for Ubuntu. Ubuntu was used by the superpower of the country to tell those that have been led, this is why you're doing it. And they will never understand it. So until we as men come together to not, I just, because we've done in our first season a lot of identifying problem of what have we done to change it. That should be the new season. What is the change that we've been speaking about? And how do we put it into effect? Thank
And
you,
you know,
everyone.
Madiba, he would be turning in his grave right now. He has to see what's become of South Africa
Yep.
and how we are treating our neighbors.
Yep.
Right? They come from other countries in Africa. They are our neighbors. And this is how we treat them. It's horrible.
Yeah, our hearts are going out to those who have been hurt in all of this. And yeah, let's get it together, SA.
Okay. Thank you, Time and Taxes. Welcome, people. We will see you in the next one. What a pleasure.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheerio.
Thanks for
Cheers.
joining
Bye-bye.
us. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.